One. Get that out of there. There you go. That's the second one I've rolled with that too. So screw you, Johnson. I thought you were Ben Johnson. How do you like that, Sam?
You need to smudge it. You need to
Right?
use
Yeah.
sage
Like
to
that.
get rid of all the bad juju.
Yeah, I did
Right,
that.
sage works.
It's been
for dice.
Sage, yeah.
Yeah, burn sage. I mean, you gotta burn it.
Sage will work where Windex apparently did not.
Welcome everybody. This is Crosscodes. This is season 1, episode 5. This episode is titled "Close to the Edge."
Is this episode 5 or episode 6? 6?
I think 6.
You're right, 6.
Yeah,
It's
there you
episode
go.
6.
I watched
Wow,
episode
6
5
episodes
because
in.
I wasn't here last
Right,
week.
episode 6.
As you can see, the production staff is nothing if not on the ball.
That's right.
Actually, the characters are on the ball. The production staff is way off. Like a whole week. So, I do want to take a quick moment to thank the store and the Adventure Game Store, the Adventures Game Society for the space, letting us use this awesome room, the Yellow Room. It's called the Yellow Room because of the one wall that is very yellow, which was paid for by
Yellow Games.
Yellow Games,
Right.
which it makes it very cool. You know, I think that's cool.
Makers of King of Tokyo.
What?
The makers of King of Tokyo, the game.
King of
Oh, really?
Tokyo.
Yes.
Oh, that's the same. Okay, yeah, sure. Yellow Games. Oh, it's IELLO.
IELLO.
Oh, that's
Yellow.
right.
As in
Yellow.
yellow.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Oh my
Or-
As in Danny Aiello.
Aiello, that's right.
Yes. Yeah, yellow.
Michael Corleone says hello, but different Aiello.
So, somebody want to recap last week?
Why is everyone looking at me?
'Cause you're like
I'm
the
not.
recap master.
Okay. So,
You watched it. We lived it.
last week, I was here last week, just in spirit, not in physical person. Last week, the group stole a sheep, for lack of a better term. Took that sheep back through the gray to the ship and started working on trying to figure out what was going on with these sheep.
Sheep stealing, by the way, is way more common in fantasy games than in sci-fi games.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. We're genre mashup here.
And found out that the sheep had some sort of collar on it, and the collar had some sort of DNI port. They were able to jack into the sheep. Hey!
We don't need to go there.
Yeah.
And determine that someone, while they might not have been importing the consciousness of someone into these sheep, there was some sort of memory swap going on, and the memories were only temporarily able to stick in the sheep because of incompatibility with the biology of the creature. The most akin thing to this would be the Ashen Forged, but they weren't really able to determine what had happened. They caught some flashes of various memories when they were able to look at what the sheep had going on, and not entirely sure what that evolved into, other than the group then decided to bring the sheep back to the facility and tried to, via subterfuge, get into the facility, figure out what was going on, because now they had reason to believe that...
But we know there's research going on there. We just don't know what it is, and
Yeah.
Purpose, right?
we assume that no good can be coming of this. I mean, it could be for children's paralysis, maybe, right?
Could be.
It could be. Rich
Totally,
people give
yeah.
money to charity,
Totally could be.
but these rich people are more likely to be looking for the cause of paralysis rather than its cure.
Exactly.
We need to paralyze
In
these
my own
children.
personal experience.
We need to paralyze these children to know more.
So the group broke into the facility, found part of the sheep pen that went down into the facility, went in there, saw a security officer, convinced her to go on break. They also knocked out and stole the personal effects of one of these people that were going around the facility,
Kowalski.
Kowalski,
That's right.
and got his key card and took some uniforms and started walking around the facility, uncovering a number of different buildings. By and by, ran into a business-looking person and a scientist walking around a corner.
Cold cocked him.
Knocked them out, took their key cards, and started to peruse more of the facility, got into a building, realized that it was sort of a dead end or that that's not where they wanted to be. They turned around, went to go exit the building, and got scanned, and at that point, the alarms were set off. And that's sort of where the
See, that's why you're the
ended.
recapper.
Yep.
All right. So you're staring at a drone that's about eye height, and alarms go off all of a sudden, and then the drone flies off.
Was it like a weaponized drone or just a surveillance?
Looks like a surveillance drone.
Can I, before the drone flies off, do something?
Okay, sure.
Okay, cool. I'm going to attempt to use my machine hacker ability.
Okay.
And that, let me read it real fast.
So where exactly are we? Describe where we are.
You were secretively gone through the sheep pen area for night, and you went back into the building, went through the security, actually the maintenance of that area where they managed the sheep, and found your way back out of that building and found that behind that there were some other buildings, which you could see from a distance anyway. You knew there were other buildings there. You didn't get close until now, and then you went to one of the buildings and there you found a service entrance. That's where you were attempting to go in, and you went in, and then you had the two people with you, and you stepped back out, and that's when you were there. So you're outside of this building, and you know that there are two other buildings off to your right. The smaller buildings, this is the largest building.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is not the largest. This is the second largest building. There's another one they said that they don't have access to.
Yeah, that's what we asked what are you doing there, and they said this is where they do the terraforming thing, and then we asked where aren't you allowed in, and they said that building, so we were going to go there when we got a face full of drone.
Right.
Yeah.
So
as far as they know, this is all an innocent terraforming research facility.
And as far as everyone else knows, maybe until this moment or maybe even longer, is that you guys came in as part of the rebellion against the Dubois.
Right. There's the indie.
You've been leaving hints that it was part of that.
Right.
yeah, we are posing as scrapper rebels.
Right. The indie scrappers that are rebelling against their bad practices. Right. Because it's easier to cover up this than to
under an actual rebellion.
Yes,
that's happening.
exactly.
Did we ever figure out what the different lines represented, the different colors?
Yeah. So one was maintenance. One was.
Do you know which one was maintenance?
The blue was it?
The blue was maintenance, yes.
And then green is like.
Right. There's red, green, blue, and yellow.
Green was
red was security.
Red
We
security.
don't have that.
green was research.
Green was
science,
research, right.
And then I don't know what yellow was.
Corporate or
Yeah.
administration.
Yeah, business or something.
Blue, right. Yellow was offices, corporate.
And we've got cards to all but red. And we've been in the building where they manage the sheep at night. We've been to the building where they do the terraforming. That's where we are now, research and stuff. But we don't need to go in there, we don't think.
Got it.
And there's one or two more buildings, one of which we think is
Well, there are more buildings than that, but there's two right
here.
near plus this one here.
Okay.
Okay, so this drone is getting ready to fly off, and I need it to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, it is not.
It fails. Okay, it is charmed by me, and I reprogram it to not have it fly off. And that I use.
And it starts to flit away and then comes back down and hovers in front of you again.
And I want to see if I can. I suppose it is recording and then sending that video data back to somewhere. I want to see if I can figure out where it's sending that data to.
Make me a check.
That is a 21.
You're able to triangulate that it's going to the largest building near the top.
Okay.
And you can see in that building there's these little
Through the doors.
portholes
Yeah.
really high
Mm-hmm.
that drones seem to go in and out of periodically.
That's their like hub. Probably security center. I guess Kelren is standing nearby and he says, can you get it to turn off the alarm?
I don't know if I can get it to turn off the alarm. I can turn off this drone.
Can you make it send out like a malfunction message?
Sure. I can have it send out. I can kill the feed on it without turning the drone off and have it send out an error message. So I'll do that.
You do that. The alarm continues.
We should get moving.
Yeah. I mean, you've only been there a few seconds. It's not like it's been taking that much time.
So we have one conscious guy whose badge we took, and we have one unconscious woman who got punched.
Clocked.
So we're going to leave the woman here. We can leave both of them here. The alarms have been off. It's not like they're going to tell somebody, and that's a problem. And they're harmless, I think, scientist type. We stole his badge, so.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah, that way. Yeah.
Where are you running towards?
Do we want to run to the building?
Where's the drone? It disappeared. It's gone.
No, right in
No,
front of you. He
turned it off.
You turned it off.
mentally snagged it.
Can we want to keep it alive or we want to just destroy it?
We don't have to destroy it. It's just off. We can do whatever we want with it.
Well, I get it. And that's one option. Do we want to?
Well, it already sent the data of us, like a video of us here, so I don't know if
Okay.
it's not a danger anymore. If we just want to destroy it.
Well,
So
it's
does it
not
follow
a
us?
danger. We just
Yeah.
it's already done that thing.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Yeah.
okay, so and there's an alarm going off, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how far are we from the bigger building?
50 yards, maybe. Tops.
Okay, and we still have the sheep, right?
The sheep.
Sheep's in the car.
Sheep.
Sheep's in the
Sheep's in
ship.
the
We should.
Sheep's on the ship.
So we should try to leave.
Did we crack a window at least for the sheep?
But what about how far away is that building 50 yards from now? Is that the one that other people don't have access to?
Yes.
I say we go there while we're here.
I said,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
if you
that's the
want,
building.
but we could be caught.
Can I
True.
question? Can I upload a virus to this drone and
You
then
want to go
have
Independence Day on it?
and then have it go back and upload that virus to the mainframe?
It doesn't seem to be
To freezes.
all the two-way street except for feeding video.
Got it.
Welcome to freezes.
Punch.
Yeah, I mean, Kelren would prefer to go at least look in the building we can't
Okay.
see because that's where all we've seen so far are
How
illegal
far from
activities.
how far?
50 yards.
50 yards. Not far.
We can sprint it.
And it's even under an overhang.
We
Okay.
give ourselves a 5-minute time limit, and then we book.
Let's go. We'll go in and out.
Remember, most of their security's been taken away from here because of the rebellion, so hopefully it won't be suicidal. And then, yeah, Kel having only, like, the three fingers is like crossing.
Okay. You start heading over to the other building. And you see other drones starting to come out of the top.
And that's the building we're heading to?
Yes.
Okay, so we're heading
I mean, you're under
towards
an
trouble.
overhang, so you at least have a little bit of
Cover.
at the moment. And you get over to the building, and there's a double door, glass double doors, or probably some kind of security glass. And behind that, you see are two other double doors. So it's an entrance to a little foyer, and then another double door after that.
Is the
When you get
keypad
to
to
it.
access outside or inside?
It's
the
outside.
building? Oh, there's one. Okay.
What color is it?
It is blue.
Blue key card.
Bing. And you key it.
It's a maintenance building.
It opens, and when you get in, you can see that you can see the other doors. Actually, the thing was not blue. The lines came here.
Mhm.
You followed the blue line in.
Got it.
Okay.
So it's probably more of a maintenance entrance than necessarily
The maintenance
a
building.
maintenance building. Yeah, I don't want you to assume anything's a maintenance building. Inside, there's two more glass doors, and you see on the other side of the door a person. a security person looks like, and he's at a computer, and he's starting to talk into a mic.
Does he see us?
Yeah, through the glass.
Is there?
Is there a way into that door?
Can I?
Into that room?
Well, I'd like to.
That was my
the
question.
power of a spell and see if I can, or talent, and see if I can use it. Can I check your book?
Yeah.
Is there a door leading into that room?
Yeah, 2 glass doors.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I
don't
need to.
doors.
Can they? Is this the kind of thing we can't hear because the doors are sealed? Or
Right,
is
you
this,
can't hear him.
Right, but strangely, we know exactly what
But
he's
I can
saying.
see them.
Yeah.
I think we can figure out. Yeah.
Does he have like a button on his desk to open?
The
his
desk
doors?
has a high front. I mean,
Okay.
you can see his like shoulder down, but
Yeah, but okay. So this is going to depend on a really technical reading of one of the rules. So he's within range of a power, a talent
He
I
is.
have. Can I? It says all it says is unleash a wave of psychic feedback upon one creature of your choice within range, 60 feet.
he's totally in range.
He qualifies.
Yes.
Well, that I'm gonna say reach out just kind of instinctively. "Ah!" And he needs to make a wisdom saving
Do
throw.
we want to make an initiative roll?
14 is the
I
number.
want to jump. I want to break through the glass.
He like freaks out for a moment, and he starts to walk away, move quickly away from the security desk, and 2 other doors open
Mm.
to a hallway. Can you change the screen to the 4-camera screen?
Yes, sir. Yeah, now 4 cameras.
Okay,
Mm.
so people can see kind of the
Yeah, cool.
floor plan of what's here. And he starts to go to another door, and you can see he's swiping his card, and it's not happening.
Mm.
And he's turns around, and his underwear becoming brown, probably. But
So did he fail his save or
Seems,
no?
he
he's
seems
shitting
like
his
he's made
pants in
his
terror.
Okay. So he still takes half damage of that. Which
Did you roll
I
double
took a
one?
2, a 1, and a 1. It's 3d6, and I
That's
just
a
did
point.
2 points of psychic damage. All right. So that was Kel being useful.
Huzzah!
Does the second double doors have a way, like a still blue key card get in thing?
well, it has a panel in front of it.
So that means that somebody who's in charge of the security cut him off, so he couldn't get in.
That's what it looks like.
I'm gonna.
And he's not seen that happen. It seems.
I want to try to access this panel. I want to try and get through these doors.
Okay.
I want to try and get through these doors too.
Okay.
Do we want to roll initiative?
Let's do it.
I'm going to try and
Because
kick
I
the
wanna
glass
do the
in
same thing.
while he's doing that.
Oh, natural 20.
That's 13, so he could
Off to a good start.
It's gonna be one of those days. 2, 1, 1, and here's another
What'd
1.
you get?
Nice.
I got a 13, so he'll probably
17.
What'd you get?
4 with my dex bonus,
Oh.
mind you.
Is this,
Okay. A 10.
oh, this is initiative.
23.
Go.
Okay. I'm gonna try to open that door.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I have a 16 if this is initiative.
15 to try and bypass the security
Okay.
on the door.
You think you can do it? It won't happen immediately because you're trying to break into the security system itself. It runs into the system, and it's not really controlled necessarily here. You have to actually work back into the system itself.
Okay.
It's open
I'm gonna
remotely.
try and do it anyways.
Yep.
I have a feeling this one's not
You're gonna
gonna
work
be
on
so
it.
patient.
No, I go first.
Oh, I know you're
Yeah,
17, right?
Yeah, so the door's closed, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna kick the door in. Kick through the door. Is that with strength or dex?
Strength.
13.
Okay. And you kick it. It feels like the door is made of something pretty tough. It doesn't go down.
You can
And-
see through it though, right?
Yes.
I got you.
And the guy pulls his needler pistol and just aims it at the door.
It's clear aluminum.
I was just about
Yeah,
to say
transparent
that.
aluminum. Oh my god.
I will now kick the door.
Okay.
The big boot is now here. 18.
Plus 3.
18, 19, 20, 21. Strength check.
Do your strength damage. Actually, you would still do damage. It's not moving. Rafe,
So,
Okay.
do your damage.
What
A
a
D4.
Okay.
sorry.
Thank you, Norris.
So you're both putting your
Feed
into it, plus
plus
plus your strength.
5.
Nice.
Thank you.
3,
4, 5, 6.
Between the two of you kicking it, you feel it give enough that you could probably push your way through between the two of you on the next turn.
Sweetness.
What are you doing?
I think I'm going to ready a force bolt for when that door opens to blast any enemies.
Opens is fun word.
Jack.
I'll dive through once it opens.
So you're preparing to go through?
Yeah.
Okay. The person inside, he seems to move where he's partially covered by the desk, and he's low, and he has his pistol out.
That's a good idea. Is there any cover for us on this side, or is it an empty room?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
You shoot.
Okay.
You guys are my cover. What are you talking about? I got cover.
Make me a computer check. Hacking check.
13.
And you see, you break into the security system that controls these locks, and you realize they made a mistake when they were trying to do it. When they were trying to keep you out, and they left an opening.
They screwed up. They didn't.
Whatever they were doing,
They didn't enter the right whatever.
Right, they did something wrong code-wise, or whatever they were doing with.
They
the
did the
system.
cheat thing that they do instead of the supposed thing that they do. They pressed the red button instead of the red and the black and the green button, which actually secures
Well, they were trying
it.
to counter his hack.
Yeah,
And they were sloppy about it.
and they don't know who they're up against.
Right, something like that.
They messed up.
They did,
Okay, so I can open the door?
and the door. You think you could open the doors?
Okay, I open the doors.
Oh, maybe that can run away.
I open...
Let them.
Yeah, I open all the doors.
Okay, all the doors you see
Yeah.
open, and he disappears behind where he was, not down the hall you thought he was going to go down.
Okay.
Obviously, there's like an intersection there, and part of it you couldn't see.
And this Nicolette Larson music is echoing
Well,
through the halls.
who was going to shoot him? You
And-
were? Can he get his shot off when our doors open?
Sure, you're at disadvantage. He's
Okay.
partially.
Because he's
Got partial cover.
running away. Didn't matter. All right, so that's 20 is my disadvantage attack.
Oh, okay. You hit.
So I get plus 5 or 6. 6, actually, 21. All right. For 7, force.
He goes down.
Ha-ha!
Just pointing a needler pistol at
You
me.
hit him just hit the side of him as he was turning to bolt, and then he got bolted.
There's no way to declare a non-lethal attack with a force bolt, is there?
I don't think so.
I'm thinking like, well, all we've done so far is sheep nap. But I think I may have just murdered somebody.
Are
we
we
did
picked
assault
it up a
somebody.
notch.
Are we sure we're the good guys?
Well, we broke into the facility.
Yeah, we've got
and-
trespassing,
yeah.
breaking and entering.
Hans, are we the baddies?
Sheep rustling.
Yeah, sheep rustling. Oh.
So you
At
get
least
into this
3
room.
counts of assault.
And as you come in, you see that there's elevators to the right. There's also a stairwell area to the right of that, inside an alcove area. And there's two sets of doors that are open now to you.
Well,
I want to.
Go ahead. I got something to do.
I want to know where
This
he
looks like
was
a
trying
lobby.
to go. Is there any way to get a floor plan of this building?
That would be nice. I'm going to run to the microphone and push it and say, "Everything's fine here. Fine.
Yeah. Blaster malfunction.
How are you?
Right.
Blaster malfunction."
Make me a hacking check.
20.
You can't. 20 natural?
No. 20 adjusted.
Okay. You don't know where it is. You know there's there's one somewhere, but it's buried under files that you're having trouble working
I mean, if there's a stairwell, is there like an emergency exit route?
through.
You are here.
There is next to the stairwell. There is just like in the office, there's an emergency exit, but it doesn't give you the kind of detail you'd expect. It gives a few hallways and stuff. It doesn't give you details on rooms.
Gotcha.
You can see on this floor that it splits 2 ways, and then there are a couple cross hallways, and then mostly just big rooms.
So do we go into the rooms or do we go up?
Well, up is going to be the security center where the drones are. We want the research. So
And
I
there's
say
a
we
down
go
too. There's a
straight.
B. There's B, L,
Bad
and
things happen in the basement, I hear.
Basement.
lobby or laboratory.
Wait a second.
Lavatory, huge lavatory.
Yeah, just it's the whole building.
For sheep.
We already were in that lavatory, right? Crawling through it. Man. All right, do you want to try downstairs?
Basement.
Yeah.
One thing, make me a perception.
Oh, I've got a better idea.
Just
Where's
you.
are the lines still on the floor?
Huh?
Are the lines still on the floor? The colored lines.
Ooh,
Yes.
5.
Where's the green line go?
5.
That's the research.
Yeah, the green line goes to the back of this floor, and it goes to the bottom floor.
Damn.
I see we go down. As it goes to this floor and downstairs.
On the security guard's body, does he have a key card?
Yes.
Is it red?
Yes.
Now we have all of them.
Gotta catch them all. And I guess the red line goes upstairs?
The red line goes, it goes to the elevator, and then,
All right.
you know,
And then
Go higher
the other
floor.
lines just go random places or anywhere?
yeah, they go to different places as needed.
Is he dead, by the way?
There are a lot of there are corporate offices here, our
Yeah.
business offices that are the front of this building on this floor.
Can I prevent that guy from dying? Like,
Yeah.
He's not dead.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Is he dead?
No, he's at 0.
Okay.
He is not dead.
He's got a burn
Good.
mark, pretty nasty burn mark.
Yeah.
He'll be
they'll fix
scarred.
it. Now we'll all
For life.
We're all scarred for life with this experience, I think.
I don't know about you, but I am having a great time.
Ready to go downstairs.
Yes.
So you hit the button. Are you going up down the elevator or the stairs?
Stairs.
Oh.
Nice try, Jim.
We're not
It's an
that
elevator.
stupid.
It's an elevator.
We're plenty stupid, but
In case of emergencies, use the stairs.
So you open the door to the stairs and you start heading down. And you go down and down and down
come on.
and down. It seems like a very tall floor, whatever it is. And you go a ways down and it opens up. And when you get to the bottom, the elevator opens. I'm sorry, not the elevator. When you come down the stairs, make me an initiative roll.
Oh my.
Everybody?
Yes.
Here it is.
Ah.
Oh,
18.
8.
8,
8.
18.
6. Yeah. A 3 will do
11.
that to you.
Yeah. I'm down there with you. Better than last time for me, though.
Wow. All right. A needler pistol goes off really quickly as you start to open the door.
Close the door. Go back right.
what's our marching order?
Yeah, right? I think we just got determined by random dice roll.
You get hit by needler rounds.
I will use a reaction to put up a bastion, which raises my armor class by 5,
Do it.
which will raise my armor class to 18.
Well, okay.
Does that block the shot?
18 would, yes.
Okay.
And needler rounds go bouncing off.
Yeah.
Nice. And then another round goes off.
Oh, well, crap.
Misses.
Okay, good.
And then
Yeah.
a third round goes off and misses.
Like this.
And a fourth round goes off
Whoa.
and misses. And then there's needles flying everywhere around here. I'm assuming there's a reaction of closing a door or something, or is there not a reaction? Who's holding the door?
Yeah, who's in front?
That's
Of course.
Well,
He slams the door.
What do you? What do
okay,
we
so
see?
18, Rafe.
So the door's closed between us and them, right?
Yes.
Did we see?
I'm gonna push open the door and shoot.
What weapon are you using?
That energy, that ancient energy artifact.
We have got to come up with a better name.
In Zapper.
Oh,
there you go.
no.
20 or a 1?
it jams.
You're number one. You're number
It
one.
needs a recharge.
Yeah.
We're all like, "Eesh."
Yeah, it was a 1.
Okay. Jack,
What can I see from the open door?
Yikes.
there are some security people across the way behind a desk. One of them's on the side of it, 3 are above it, shooting downwards at you.
Oh, so they're like up on a raised area?
No, it's just they're shooting over a desk. And the desk has a whole front that
I
is,
understand.
solid. And then one of them is shooting from the side. There's a set of glass, double doors to one side that are open. Hold on. Yeah, behind them. I'm sorry, behind them and that are open.
How many feet away?
They're five
Right
feet right there. Like
Oh.
you open the door and they're there.
They're acting awfully bratty for guys in
I know.
stabbing range.
Yeah, I know, really. In for a penny. All right, saber out. I come around the back
Okay,
with all three of them. Stab the one in the middle.
go.
Awesome.
I love this little sword in the
Oh, this is
swing at 'em.
11.
11. You don't have any. That's with your bonuses.
That was to hit, yeah.
Yeah, you
that
miss.
was all.
You swing and he pulls back
Okay.
behind the desk, and you hear, "Oh shit!" for a moment.
Free faces.
There's money there. All right. Kel.
All right. So I am.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, not Kel. I'm sorry, Jake.
Yeah, so I rolled badly.
I'm going to shoot a sprite beam at the first guy that I can see.
Okay,
That's a 13 to hit.
that hits.
Oh, wow.
You know,
That's
now
refreshing.
you know too much.
That's 9 points of force damage.
Oh, he goes back.
Is it all pixely?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, there seems to be a glitch.
All right, now it's Kel.
Okay. So I kind of go do one of these, and my little bonded companion, my little drone, goes zzz, kind of bumps into the head of one of the guys while I'm shooting my force beam at him.
Okay.
He's using the help action to give me advantage on my shot, which I usually need. All right, so that's 18 to hit.
That hits.
Unfortunately, he can't give me advantage on the damage roll, which is a 10. I need it that time. Wow.
Wow,
10 force.
you're like a machine of destruction.
Yeah.
He drops.
All right.
Nice. Zaboomba.
Then I get back behind cover.
Activate Riot Shield, and the shock mall begins crackling, and Soren screams, "The revolution will not be televised!" And then smacks the closest guy.
Roll.
Woo. Oh wait, no, that's all right. 12.
That hits.
I will. Okay.
Boys need to get some armor.
Yeah, they do. I'm just wearing clothes.
They are. They're just wearing clothes.
9. I will use my bonus action to activate the stun on the shock mall. I believe he needs to make a. It's an energy burst, so I believe he needs to make a con save, or it gets stunned.
He looks dazed.
So.
Back up.
Being hit with a piece of metal will do that.
And Rafe.
I am going to change weapons. I haven't
You
used
can do it
one.
while you're moving.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm going to shoot at the guy.
Okay.
Well, it's not a 1.
Are you shooting at the guy who is dazed? Maybe you can get advantage for that.
Maybe I can. It would be it's a 7 plus any possible advantage that might accrue from him having his back to me and wanting to get hit.
You miss. And
It wasn't the suicidal one.
He didn't want to get hit that much, I guess.
all right.
You need to aim for the one that's like a day away from
The
retirement.
one that is unscathed
One more mission,
takes a
man.
shot
Just one more.
at. Oh, yeah. At Soren. Soren, you have your shield up, right?
Yes, so
Do
I
you
am.
make a dex roll or anything to move it, or is it just always in front?
It's a riot shields sort of thing.
Okay.
So it's an actual shield that just.
Yeah. And needles are just spattering all over it. breaking, flying everywhere.
On the list of bad things to do today, that ranks as number 1.
And Jack.
Who's up still?
2 of them. One of them is dazed.
The one who's up and undazed.
That's the one that just fired it.
All right, I
Sorry.
just move right up to him and say, "Is it worth your life? Just drop."
Okay. He doesn't drop. He backs away from your sword as much as he can.
I suspected as much. I'm going to blast him with a spray beam. I'm going to draw from the wheel.
Okay.
Roll again. It's much better. 18, that'll hit.
That'll hit you.
7 points of force damage.
Okay. It pushes him back against the wall. And back down to Soren. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. You are before Soren. It's so unusual.
I know, right? How did that happen? All right, so same thing. Second verse,
Trees
same
are
as
a
the
hell of a
first.
drug.
I go and to the drone. It clumps into the other guy's head. The one that's still standing and undazed. And then good thing. Oh wow, a 1 and a 6. So 12.
A 12 hits.
Hey. And here's the damage. 4 force. And then I look for. I'm going to enter the room and instead of standing out by the
He
doorway.
goes down.
No. And I'm going to look for cover though. So I'm going to
Okay.
duck behind the desk on the other side.
Right. So you have 3 down. 1 is standing but dazed. Soren.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, I'll just smack him again. Well, I mean, no, I'll just take him and just bam.
Try to incapacitate him.
Exactly. So,
He's dazed. You don't even need to roll to do it. You can do that.
There you go.
yeah, just like literally just head to the table.
Yeah.
Give me your lunch money, nerd.
Yep. And the guards are all on the ground in a rough position.
And the alarm's still going off, right?
Yes.
And they've alerted that people that they were under fire.
Yes.
HTR will be here soon.
This guy's. Well, I guess we don't really need him to tell us where we're going, so we can just leave him here.
I just had an idea.
And the doors are open.
Are there any computer terminals here?
Yeah.
Is there any way
Yes,
for
that's
me
one.
to cut the power in the building, turn all of the lights off?
And the alarm.
The alarm would be good, if possible.
Remember, 2 of our people can't see in the dark though.
They have night vision goggles still.
You?
You?
I haven't had yet.
Oh.
Remember,
Make a hacking roll.
Tusk gave them to us.
Or hacking.
Super cool.
If you turn off the alarm, it'll know.
That
That's
is
a natural 20. No.
That's a natural 19,
Yeah.
so that's a 24.
You get in the system and you can turn the lights out. You don't think you can turn the power out.
What about the alarm?
And what about the alarm?
You can get the alarm, yep.
I'm going to turn the alarm off,
Yeah, but you can't turn the power off.
and I'm going to turn the lights off.
Okay.
That'll make it less likely that people won't.
Make me a
People will be less
perception roll.
panicky if there's an alarm going on. Some of them might even go
let's-
back to their rooms.
17.
With the lights off though?
Oh, if the lights are off. The lights are off, or are they on?
I just turned them off.
No,
Oh,
no.
I turned the
Maybe they'll
alarm
think
off.
it's a power outage.
right. They might not. They might just stay at their desk and start playing their video games. Or
Oh, I got a break.
Right.
I turned the alarms off and the lights off.
Right.
And now they won't see us coming.
What do we see though? Like beyond the security desk with these guys at it, is there
Good.
more
It's now
doors
a
into
night
an
ops.
area?
Yes.
Or-
But
Okay.
we're about to find out because I just made a perception check.
Oh, I'm sorry.
which may be a good thing or a bad thing.
As the lights go off, Soren exclaims, good, it is a night ops now.
So I'm in the computer and I turn the alarm off and then I turn the lights off. But while I'm accessing the power grid for the building, there's a room on this floor that's drawing an unusually large amount of power. And I can't access the controls for that room. But I think that's probably where we should go.
Yeah.
Oh yes, power. Lots of power means lots of processing power, maybe.
Yeah, it could be a computer or it could be some sort of
Lab.
research facility
Let's
or
go.
something. But that's
that mean
where we're
time?
gonna want to head.
We have 3 minutes on deadline.
Cool. Well, then we're gonna use those 3 minutes to head directly to that room.
Well, you don't know exactly how to get to that room directly. There's one hallway that goes down, and then it kind of winds back around there.
Okay. So that's our best bet. I guess.
So you start heading down that hall?
Yeah.
Okay, to the left, there's a couple of doors. One has a symbol of a man, and one has a symbol of a woman.
We can pass those.
Yeah.
I can hold it. Cal shouts.
And a little further down, you see there's another a door with a glass window, and there's no light in there. And a little further down,
Can I see what's in there?
it looks like there's some kind of a security station.
Mm.
There's no security person there.
I wonder what happened to those guys.
Tis a mystery.
And there's a room, there's a door at the back of that room too.
Mm. We should probably keep going unless you think that's where the power is coming from. Probably not. No,
It's not coming from
It's
that
not.
way.
No.
So then let's keep going.
Okay. Down at the end of the hall, there's doors on the left and right. The left, you can see in the doors, there's a conference room that's empty.
Don't think it's that.
And then there's some doors that are not glass to the right that, you know, the doors are closed, but you know, the locks are down. You can open it if you want.
Are there any symbols or signs?
Nope.
There's no signage.
Nope.
Unmarked door. Probably where we need to go.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, let's open it up.
Door, please.
I open the door.
Yeah.
We open the door.
When you
We
open
close the door.
When you open the door, you can see across from you, those that can see, there's a big glass wall, and behind it you can see a bunch of servers, but big servers, like stacks that are long rows and stuff like
Boots. This may be of interest
that.
to
Maybe
you.
a perception roll.
Everybody or just
Yeah, everybody. And there's a door in the middle of the glass area.
19?
21.
14.
8.
1.
Yeah, you don't know. So everyone else knows.
I don't know if that cup is helping you as
There's
much as you think.
behind there, when you first come in, there's hard to tell, but there's a door at the back of that room, and then there's double doors to the right. But you can see the one in the through the glass behind one of the servers, and then the double doors are off to the right.
And is there no signage explaining what things are at this
It
point?
says server room.
Do you want to access the servers while we
Yes!
check the other 2 doors?
Yes, I do.
I will take double door. We will take double door.
Okay.
Big door means big secrets.
So you're splitting. You're going to the double doors.
How big is this room? I mean, are we talking if he's in the server area and we're at the door?
From here, the double door, you have to go about 40 feet to the single door into the server room, and another 50 or so down to the double doors.
Let's do 1 door at a time, maybe.
May not be enough time.
Well, we need to try and...
I figured he'd need a minute. Wouldn't he?
Part of the reason we came here, at least my understanding, was to try and dig up whatever dirt we could
Right.
to reveal what's going on here. The best thing to do would be to try and scrape data off the servers and
Right.
see what we...
Do you need my help, or is that something you already have an advantage of doing? Let's just say.
I could...
Make me a perception roll. Just you, Jake. Just you, Boots.
5.
Okay, go on.
So I can help you with the servers if that'll speed things along.
Yeah.
So you two are going into the server room?
Yes.
The rest are moving down to the double
Are there
doors.
any security protocols in here? Like, you know how they have those things, those gases that can put fires out, or cameras, or, I don't know, turrets or
Yes,
something?
there are cameras in here, and there's fire alarm systems, fire systems.
Fire suppression.
Do you want to turn off the
Suppression
cameras in
systems.
here? Or I guess the power's out. Are they
Yeah,
have
the
light
power's
on,
not.
suggesting
The
The
light
cameras
is
are
out.
seeing you.
the cameras are still powered. Okay. Do we care at this point? They've been seeing us the whole time. Let's just say, let's hack some computers.
So you two are going into the computer room.
Yep.
Okay.
Time is of the essence.
Time is money.
I don't know
When the
what
two of you go into the computer room, you can see right behind one of the servers, there's a terminal desk. That seems to be the center for accessing the computers.
Is there anyone in here?
No.
Okay, good.
And then the three of you head down to the other side. And you open the doors, and you see the three of you see a big open area, almost like a NASA thing where they would watch a launch. It's not that, but it's like a big round area with a big glass window that's looking down into this room. And it looks like there's about 20 seats with different kinds of things that they would be doing. And there are raised decks in here for different stuff, it looks like. So there's a lot of different people monitoring some kind of activity of whatever seems like would happen in the room below. You can't see very clearly, but you do see down in the room there's a blue glow down in the center of this room, but it's hard to tell anything else because the lights are out and you don't really see that. You're with the IR goggles, you're not really seeing color so much as you're seeing just kind of forms. And there's some kind of a glowing ball thing in the center held up on some kind of a pedestal of some kind. And when you guys go into the computer room, there are 6 banks of servers, all full, all functioning and active. They have their own redundant power, so their power did not go down when you brought the power down. And you're at the terminal.
I just want to download as much data as I can.
Okay.
I'll sift through it later.
Okay.
And I'll be helping.
What are you downloading it to?
We won't be able to store everything, even on
No
our
way.
personal computers.
There's way too much for anything personal yet.
Is
You'd
there
have
some
to.
sort of executive summary stored on this?
Yeah, let's see what's on here first, and then I can decide.
Because we probably don't need the actual data.
No.
Just having taken up most of the server space.
Not great. 15.
There's some kind of research statistical information, and it looks like this is used as a supercomputer for doing the research, not always necessarily storing all the data. There's a lot of data stored, but it's really about computational power, not storage ability.
Well, that means
There's a lot of storage too, but that's not.
maybe just get the most recent 2 or 3 reports.
Yeah.
That it's output. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
You know, you're checking its browser history.
And you see that door in the back is behind you guys too. So.
I've got my drone is watching as well. So.
Perfect.
We wouldn't go down.
So you guys head into that room.
Yeah. Any convenient data cores standing around here?
Data cores. There's a server room in this room. A server in this room. A big black mainframe kind of server in here too.
Go ahead. Yeah.
And up there's a desk with a terminal at it, and that's at the highest point in the room. The second floor has about 10 or 12 seats in front of terminals, and then on the lowest level there's 9 seats, but in between them there's 2 glass rooms that are empty. They have glass doors even, and they seem to be in a position to really look down over the room more so than the rest.
Whatever's glowing blue down there.
Right. They look like observation desks or observation domes that are separated from everyone else for whatever reason. And then there's stairs way around the corner. They go down into the room itself.
Well, I'm not that much. I mean, I know how to use computers. I can try that. You want to see what the actual blue thing is?
We would like to investigate the blue.
What's that blue?
I'm gonna quickly make my way down to the blue.
Yeah, it's going.
All right, I'll try and access the terminal. I can see
How far are we from this from the glowing object?
down the stairs.
From where you're at up in this room, you're about 120, 130 feet. Plus height.
And it's down.
Yeah,
And it's down, yes.
go down. Gotta make our way to our seats.
What are you doing? You said you were going to the terminal or something.
Yeah.
Do you have computer skill? Make me a computer roll. Computer check.
20.
Natural?
No, 20 total.
Okay. And this seems to be filled with some kind of video logs, but they're huge, and there's I mean, you have no way of storing all of it.
Okay. Can I look through them? Like,
Yeah, you can watch.
Okay.
And make a perception check.
12.
It looks like it's almost identical. There's periodically somebody will go down in the room. It looks like it's actually logging even now.
Okay.
So
live streaming.
So can I see what the blue glowing thing is?
well, what you can see when the lights are on, there's some kind of a blue containment area, and there's this glow, and you know that the blue looks very familiar to you. It looks like sorium blue, like there's some kind of sorium thing going on down there. But the sorium is moving all the time. It's like fluid held in a ball in the center of the space, which
Is that unusual for sorium?
yeah, but I mean sorium can do a lot of stuff.
Sorium is very unusual by itself.
Yeah, I'll download a file or two and then just go down.
Okay,
Look down.
what are you doing, Rafe? And Soren?
Is there any way of determining if this thing is radiating any dangerous energy?
You can assume.
I mean, radiation. I mean,
Yeah.
like dangerous to humans.
There, you don't see radiation suits around here. So if there are, it's not up in this room.
Okay.
There might be down below.
And
It's
is there?
possible.
So I'll start walking down.
Although
this-
you know that radiation is less of a concern anymore because radiation is preventable with antibiotics. Well, not antibiotics, but there's
Right.
medicines they use
Yes, right,
to
sure.
prevent and cure radiation sickness
Right. Yeah.
if they need to.
Right. So what about? So I'll start walking down the stairs then, and just
Okay.
see. I mean, I'm not going to go through any
As you
doorway, but I just want to see where it terminates.
As you're walking down, you see almost in front of you, almost you didn't see it. It was because with the lights out, even with the IR on, you come across this huge circular thing that has some kind of a moving part that's kind of rolling over it. And it's in a globe. And there's like a bar that wraps it almost like an equator, but the other way, pole to pole. And it's kind of moving, and there's a swirling mass in it of like oddly shaped matter that the swirling mass just kind of every now and then makes it move a little bit, kind of roll inside of it. And it has some kind of glow in it too every now and then it pulses. And there's above it a little platform, and there's a big circular platform on the other side of the room. Then there's a stairway up to that too.
So there's a stairway down and a stairway up.
Yes. Make a perception roll.
17.
On the floor, near you, but wrapping, it looks like around the sorium thing, there's a circle like taped around it. It's a color, but you can't really tell the color. You just know it's not black or white. And then a little further, and there's another circle, and it just looks like something on the floor, kind of to wrapping the info, wrapping it up.
And these circles are, they overlap at all, or
No.
they're just
No,
next
it's
to
one
each
inside the other.
other? One inside the other.
Yeah.
Safe zone, dangerous zone.
You always think the worst of everyone. You just make things safe and unsafe.
I'm paid to think the worst of everyone.
Wait, I don't understand. You're saying one circle's within the other circle?
Yeah.
So they're...
Something like that.
Okay.
Two circles are the outside one and then the inner one.
Right.
The inner one is a little darker. But without seeing color, you can't see color. You just know that it's a little darker. You can tell the shade.
Yellow and red or something. Maybe.
Any thoughts?
Where are you?
I was making my way down to the circles. You said there's another.
So you're down there. You see it too. You can actually you come up behind him.
I can only see in black and white, but I'll
Yeah.
plop, like use the phone. Just like what color is the first circle?
Yellow. He tells you it's yellow. You can see it's yellow when he puts a little light on it.
Oh.
And you said there was another door
No.
on the other side, right?
There's a stairway up to this half-circle platform that wraps around on the other side of this thing in the middle of the room. But you're also seeing this other giant thing that is in this globe.
Some sort of thorium reactor.
Delta Sorium.
I was just thinking the reactor in Event
Thorium-D, yeah.
Horizon.
Sorium D.
Thorium-D. Huh?
Maybe they found Sorium D.
Break it.
The people from because the Atorians used it.
Yeah.
They're from this planet.
Possible. You said there's a platform up to the middle area, right?
Yeah.
Is there any is it just a platform, or is there like a terminal or something on it?
There's no terminal on it, but there's all kinds of, it looks like, equipment under it. The room, hold on. This is where you were up in this top.
Yeah.
And when you went down the stairs, that's where you saw the bigger of the two circle balls.
Hmm.
And this platform is raised also, and there's a stairway back here. So you can get to a position above the bigger one right there. There's nothing that does that over on this one.
Okay, then I'll go on the.
And when you're looking at this platform, underneath it, there's all kinds of pipes and ductwork and all kinds of very overly engineered systems for something. No.
Yeah.
So,
what are you guys doing as you're trying to scrape?
well, does it seem like he needs my help? I mean, it's not
No.
clear to me. No. Okay, well, I don't want to leave you in case trouble comes in.
I mean, he's just grabbing data.
Right.
He's just determining what data to grab, actually.
Right. Well, I was just thinking maybe I could leave my. I'm gonna go just how far? So let me orient myself. We're in the server room. They went through the double doors,
Yes.
and then where is the other? Is there yet another door we haven't gone through
Yes.
here? And which is it?
In the back of the server room you're in.
So it's kind of like they're down the hall this way, and if I keep going this way, there's a single door.
Yes.
Kel, Boots, we may have found some sort of thorium-related item. We are currently out of our element. Some assistance would be nice.
Well, actually, thorium isn't an element. You see, it's a compound. Oh, I see what you mean. All right, hold on. I say to you, if you assuming Boots heard that, I say yes. Keyword search thorium.
Oh, okay.
See if there's any thorium-related
All kinds
data.
of thorium-related stuff.
So I say, out of your element in thorium, and then let's say maybe would it occur to Cal to mention thorium D?
It occurred to me.
So let's say, yeah. Oh, search for thorium D on their server, Boots. Do you need help, Soren?
I'm gonna search.
No.
There are mentions of it.
It seems rather stable. But we don't know. There's nothing ostensibly that we can do here.
All right. Well, I'll send my drone real quick to take some footage.
I'm gonna.
You can't go that far.
Oh, is it too far? There's more than. Okay.
I'm gonna take whatever the last couple reports were. I'm gonna take data related to Thorium D, and then I'm gonna search and see if there's any data related to the sheep mind swap experiment. And
Okay,
that's
so
all
you're
the
looking
data.
for that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
that's the data that I wanted.
Right.
It'll take you time to wade through.
You know, we should look at the. Can you put like a remote back door here so we can access this remotely later?
I can see if it's possible. I doubt it, but I can see if it's possible.
You know, nobody stuck their like password on a sticky note on the screen.
In a drawer under the desk.
So what are you doing down there now? The two of you are down there. You're upstairs. What are you doing?
I'm gonna head back to their room and relieve Kel. Say, Kel, you should probably go down that way. I'll watch his back.
That would make sense. Okay, so then I'll say, be safe. We gotta get out of here soon.
Make me a perception roll.
I'm gonna double time it.
Oh, 7.
Go on.
I'm
This
running.
does not make me feel good.
Yeah, I'm running back to there to see if there's anything I can do when I arrive.
You get to where he's at, and you two swap positions, and you're back there and he's like doing computer stuff. And
I'll check out that door. Just,
okay, it's closed. It's not locked.
I'll go open.
Okay.
I'm gonna go open the door.
Okay, fine. I'm not paying attention. Like, yeah, sure, go.
And you go open the door, and the room is dark. There's some kind of equipment in here. It's a weird shape. There's also a glass window looking down into the room, kind of like on the other side, but a small one.
Oh, okay.
And there's some kind of a big round device, like suction to the glass, most of the glass. There's room on the side to look down. And this machine is connected to the back of it and goes to a terminal that's in there.
This looks interesting. Tell you what, I'll put the goggles up, pop a flare, toss it in, so I can see more clearly.
Okay.
Presumably. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see more
Do you want
clearly.
to borrow a flashlight?
Flare.
No flare, sorry.
Look, I've already struck the flare.
Yeah.
Either don't use it,
Yeah.
or
You
we
like-
waste a good opportunity
Yeah.
to use a flare.
Perfectly
Yeah.
good retro
Room
technology.
like that. There's a little device connected to the glass. There's a little terminal. Where so there's some
Open it up.
soundproofing along the walls.
Release the Kraken.
Soundproof. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll try and turn on the terminal.
Boots.
The
Boots,
terminal's on.
there are things coming
What's-
out of
what's it
the
say it does?
thing.
You
Now
can
having
hear
a-
That's
every step they take, like stupidly loud.
Oh, okay. So it's audio monitoring of their
Yeah,
very.
sounds like it.
Well, I'll
Sounds like it.
I'll forward
sounds
that
like
to
it.
everybody. There's a room in here specifically for audio monitoring of the area you're in.
That-
Very detailed.
Does that make any sense to me? Like that Sorium would
weird.
produce a harmonics or sounds or audio? No,
Maybe.
but not. That's not like. Well, as you know, but
Maybe an intelligence check.
20.
This device seems to be set to the audio frequency, but it looks like it can move up and down scales to go into different wavelengths.
Oh, okay. Share that with you guys as well.
Where are you going? You're heading down?
well, I was heading down, but this sounds way more interesting. So, like,
What are you guys doing? You guys are still
And I'm
down there
running
by
back
the
to that door.
circles.
they can do more there.
We're just waiting for him
Maybe a
to get down
perception
there.
check as you're heading down there.
I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna check out that other room. That seems to be where the monitoring equipment is. Check the computers that are on all those banks. You've got a room full of computers.
So what are you doing?
I'm not even. I'm just like looking into my phone as I run down the hallway. Oh, excuse me.
So we'll check the computers.
Bumping into security guards. you
Well,
know,
down
it's
there,
fine.
there's only the one computer above the ball.
Yeah, that's what
And that's not really a computer. It looks like it's more of a control platform.
I'll go up to the control platform.
Okay, there's some buttons and devices.
Push the big red button.
What does this do?
There's no big red button. And there's an authorization device that you don't know what to do with. From up here, though, you do see there's a bunch of little holes all over on the floor, on the ground below. Not here necessarily, but wrapped around the whole roof floor has a lot of little holes. Little holes, you know, like this.
I speculate we've been here for longer than 5 minutes.
Get out of here.
But it's just so interesting.
Or is that you're going to be pushing a button?
Yeah.
I know I should. There's a button.
But what do the buttons do look like? Well, we don't. Not what
Yeah,
they
they-
do.
Are they
both
big
down,
and
right?
red and say
I'm not there.
danger on them?
There's nothing to say that red's in danger.
Okay, so
Well, don't push any buttons.
no, I'm not.
We're not.
We are not going to push buttons. They will. We are not paid to push buttons. I'll take some pictures with my my comm,
Okay.
just to make note of the holes. To any that are interested, there are holes in the floor around.
Yeah, you don't see them in the dark very easily.
Yeah, I think we think those are holes.
None of them are within the yellow or red lines.
Depressions in the floor.
Hmm.
Are they? Do they look like drains, or are they something that gas or fluid might come out of?
We don't know. Let us take a better look. go down to take a better look.
Have I
Both of
arrived
you?
at that
Or-
room yet? Or no, I'm not going with him. I was going back to the room.
Yeah, you go back to the room.
I was going to start moving that thing up and down the scale, looking for signal.
Oh, there.
You know, it's like turn the dial.
Oh, I mean,
Something like that.
glory to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
revolution, death to the Dubois.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Anarchy!
Scrappers forever.
You notice there's a momentary spike of energy, like a moment, and then it just subsides. You don't see anything. I mean, you're in a. You don't see anything either.
As I'm
That was weird.
as I'm making my way down. How are we doing on the data collection?
Make me a perception roll.
10.
You hear a sound spike up for a moment.
Ooh.
And it just for a second, like, boop, and that's it in the room. But it's loud to you because
Okay.
you have. I'm assuming you have the
Yeah.
headset on that you can hear.
Huh.
So you guys go down and look at the first hole that you find, I guess. And there's some kind of something coming out of it into the flooring, like buried into the floor, but coming from that space. A little bit, maybe it's green.
Any thoughts?
What's the
It kind of moves
consistency
through the room.
It's liquid. What is it?
It's hard. It looks like a tube built into the floor.
Tube.
Like a square tube or something like built into the floor. And it doesn't follow a straight path. It seems to be following kind of a
vent, perhaps? Or
And it's square.
the tube doesn't look like it's a cylinder.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a square one.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase it. The surface is flat.
Yeah.
What kind of
Like with
material
the
is the
floor.
tube made of?
When you, it seems to be kind of soft.
Root.
I mean, does it feel?
If you touch it,
Does it feel plastic? Does it feel synthetic or organic?
it's hard to tell exactly. Could be either.
Can we get a science person down here for
All right.
when you get a chance?
There's too many places to be. Is there a shortcut way from the room?
we are
with
sorry
the
that there is too
auditorium?
much science around.
Did I
Make me a
find?
perception check.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this die. It's gonna do a little better today.
Okay, go on. And you get out into the hall.
Can't roll above a 4. I rolled below 4.
And hold on.
Science people can't do
One good
science
roll.
good.
Only when I'm shooting force bolts. I
And
roll
you
well.
get shot at from
Yeah,
behind.
of course I do.
You get missed, but you totally did not see it coming.
No, I
And-
didn't.
And everyone hears this, and there's like a small explosion right off to the side of you.
Oh, that's not a
And
needler.
you can tell that it has concussive damage,
Yeah.
and you feel very lucky at the moment.
I will.
Initiative.
Yeah, I will
For you and
roll this one. now.
Boots is actually in the room,
There we go.
the other room behind the glass door, and you're there. You could get there quickly.
20.
Wasted.
Wasted it.
I nothing. I was just.
Hey, there you go.
You hear the two of you down below hear this.
They brought out the big guns.
Perhaps it is time for us to go investigate the shoom.
Now I know how to employ you, Dr. Johnson.
Oh, yeah? You sorted them out.
We
We should go. We'll
The
make.
two of you make me a perception roll.
Not so much. 5.
6. Sorry, 6.
Okay.
7, 8, 9. So
I'm sure I heard it and I was like, whoa.
How does it sound in the?
Oh, you hear?
Whoa!
Well, yeah, you take them off. But you also hear another sound from down below,
Like another blip, blip.
but it stays a little longer, and you guys start heading across the room to the stairs. Rafe, you seem to stop heading towards the stairs and are being pulled backwards towards the center thing.
Rafe, where are you going? We need to go this way.
What's pulling me?
The air seems.
The air is pulling me.
It's
There's
like
nothing
you-
on me. There's nothing.
Nothing. You don't see
I don't.
anything.
And I don't feel anything touching me.
You feel like something's pulling you back.
I feel a force,
Yes.
a
resistant
force pushing me.
That is invisible.
Does it feel like air? It doesn't feel like, it's not like a wind though.
No, it's more like a force.
Like gravity or something.
Is it gelatinous?
No,
Yeah.
not so
Whoa! What's happening to me?
You are going the wrong way.
Yeah, you don't see anything there. Make me a perception check.
Okay.
And my feet are on the ground, right? I'm sliding. Am I sliding?
You're sliding, right?
I'm
It's
sliding.
sliding you.
Net 20.
Okay. You see this person across the room all of a sudden you didn't see before. And you see she's concentrating on something.
It's
It's
he and or she.
it. Right. He's concentrating on
What
something.
was the name again? Chikana Shai?
Indori Chiki.
Did you want to put that under
Wait.
the camera so people can see?
Oh, yeah.
I believe your friend here doesn't want to let you go. Endori Chiki. Over there.
What do I see here? I'm looking around. This
On the other side of the room, opposite from where you guys are.
Looks like it's combat time.
Oh, I already rolled initiative. Right?
Time for covering fire.
Initiative.
Yes, initiative.
20.
20!
Hey!
Another one?
20!
Nat 20.
Nice.
You should see those for the attack rolls.
I
But
know.
good, you'll get the jump on it
Hey,
for sure.
Yeah.
If anybody's going to get a good initiative, it's you two who need it in the room with her.
23 altogether, but natural 20.
Same.
Yeah.
Ditto.
What did you get?
16.
It is now time to put the hurting.
What did you get?
21.
20.
I got a 21 also.
Are any of those 20s or natural?
Natural
There.
20.
Yours is natural.
Mine is natural too.
Kyle's is-
Wow. Okay. That'll be interesting down there.
Mine, I have a 23 altogether.
Same here.
Wow.
We are hyper aware.
And I got shot at.
All of a sudden, you've been very unaware for a long
I
time.
know, right?
I mean,
Right.
Somebody
Really
shoots
our
at somebody.
evidence has now presented itself to us. It is time to, as
Pay
Soren
attention.
would say, precise mechanical application of violence.
There you go.
I don't care how precise it is. Just get it away from me.
It is an art, a science.
Okay. Rafe, you see Chiki doing something that seems to be affecting you and pulling you towards the...
Can
The
I
rings.
act? Can I move? Am I able
Yeah,
to
you can move, but you can't seem to move further from the globe area.
Interesting. So I'm going to point at her and I'm going to aim and I'm going to say, drop the Esper shit. Try to persuade her.
She is unpersuaded.
Okay. I'm going to shoot her. I'm going to make cherry pie on the wall.
Okay.
Here it is.
No. 6.
Yeah, that misses.
Choke.
Make me a perception check on that.
7.
What are you shooting with?
The well, since the rifle wasn't working, I'm using my needler.
The needles seem to arc in the air. You know,
Right.
Towards the globe.
no, away from the globe.
Well, I'm shooting at her. Not,
I know.
Yeah.
And she's across those rings from you.
Oh, I see.
And when it hits the ring area, they kind of go like that.
It's bending space.
What are you doing? Make me a perception check.
All right. Actually, let me do the one I get to snap 20 on. Dice giveth and dice taketh with a nat 1.
Critical miss.
Yeah.
It's a different way of saying natural 1.
Right? A more appropriate way too.
I am not being affected by this at all, correct? This pull.
You're not right. You're not the subject of it at the moment.
Okay.
See.
How far away is she? Assuming it's a she. It is an it.
Yeah.
About 150 feet.
All right. Well, did I see the his needles go whoop?
You did not.
Okay, and I am unaware, and I will take a shot with the shotty.
Okay.
So Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna move up. Move up my 30 feet. Move up my 30 feet here.
30 feet would put you into the yellow ring.
Okay.
You going in there?
Yeah, we'll go in there.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, what's worst could happen? I didn't see anything happen. 19. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Okay.
Sweet.
When he goes into the yellow ring, he becomes blurry.
He does.
Like, yeah.
I have
Sword
moved.
becomes blurry. You don't notice it. You notice it. His whole demeanor seems to be like a blurred image. And make me a perception check. Probably miss. Everyone seems to be missing
There you go.
today.
16.
You see a mirror image of him on the other side, direct opposite from where he is, also blurry.
Interesting.
So I shot at her.
Okay, shoot.
Well, I did.
And what was the number? You rolled?
23.
It's with 23.
Okay, and when you shoot, the shot seems to go out of the weapon, but not come out of where you see it. You just feel it fire.
Mm-hmm.
You see the shot come out on the other side of this space.
On the other side,
Yeah.
so
Out
so
of the
it
other
literally
blurred image.
so it literally did meld or did distorted something.
Space time.
So you miss.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 23, so I am in the no fun zone. I'm in the no gun zone. So
And he still missed with the 23.
yeah, well,
And where is she?
on the other side.
On the other side.
Still on the other side.
Yes.
I am making my way to her to provide
So that was the 220s.
the fun. I suspected
23s. Really.
I suspected as much, but I don't know anything.
You feel someone grab you that you did not see, and they throw you. Make me a strength check, actually, to see if you can be thrown.
You're big.
I am big. 12, 13, 14.
Someone pushes and tries to shove you into the red, and you resist, and your foot slides back and almost touches the red, but doesn't touch. And you feel yourself being pushed, and you can feel its hands.
If he feels
But
something
you don't see it.
something pushes into him, he
Yes.
feels it. Gotcha.
Oh.
Make me a perception check, Rafe.
Nope. 4.
All right.
Dun, dun. We are fighting the
I'd rather
boss.
split into 3 different. This is the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Make me a strength check.
Never split the party.
We're doing fine.
What do I want to roll for that?
Ooh.
As high as possible.
I don't.
Okay. You get pushed further in to the yellow, and your foot is right at the edge of the red also. But that's what was pulling you before.
I got you.
There's nothing different. You.
Okay.
Yep.
I assume I can now turn to see who shot at me.
Yeah, and you see a drone that has weapons under it.
Ooh.
Not
Not a friendly drone.
not a
like
friendly
yours.
camera drone. Like
Right.
the
It
others.
doesn't have a smiley face. It
Make me a
has frowning
perception check.
faces. And torture needles.
20 something.
You see another drone coming into the room behind that one.
Same
Is it
Same
safe?
type.
armored
Yes.
type. Okay. So I was between the room where Jack was
Is it
and
safe?
their spot. So this is I'm like down the hall from him too.
Yeah.
So like just
You're caught in the hallway.
in the hallway basically.
In between the two doors.
So and I know they're in combat as well because they announced Chiki over the thing. How far am I to the door into the room with them? Like the observation.
You're
I just wonder if I
about-
can get into a room before.
You're about 50 feet from either door.
So I'm stuck in the
I do believe we are being pushed.
And there's
into
nothing in the
a,
hallway to take cover behind.
pseudo black hole.
What?
There's nothing to. Is there anything in the
I
hallway to
recommend
take
we
cover
push
behind?
against
Nope.
All right. So I'm going to. Yeah, I'm not just gonna sit here and trade blows. So I'm gonna double time it, dash action to the door where they are.
So it's double doors behind you.
Yeah, just where the other two are in a fight. And I'm going to enter the door and close it behind me.
What's your running?
30, so I can get 60.
You get 60.
Right.
Yeah, you'll get right through the doors, and you can get to the side of the door before the next round.
So I get inside and close the door behind me and step aside.
And as you're going in, and they just miss, you take 2 points of concussive damage
from the neighboring.
Right.
Okay. And then I'm like, guys, help!
I'm working on it.
That took everything to get there.
Yeah, I'm done.
You also had a 21, right?
Hmm?
You had a 21 also, right? Yeah. The noise is like way too
I know.
much.
Take
But-
that off.
But make me a perception check.
15.
Down in the room, you see that Chiki is there in Dory, but there's also another person there. Inside the yellow, not quite into the red. She has like red hair, and she seems to be wearing some kind of an armor that you see only, or you can tell only by the equipment that's here, apparently.
Cool.
Oh, so you can see her via the sound
Right.
waves.
You see
she
like
makes?
movement in the air from
Stealth suit.
whatever's happening there.
Cool.
And
Can I see a picture of her again, by the way? And
she's very
it's,
friendly looking.
yeah, and
Not ominous at all.
and the do we get a sense of what her suit is made of? I mean, it's hard to tell. Okay.
Yeah. It's not organic.
It's made of black ops. It's made of
Her black.
hot slush fund.
Yeah.
It's made out of corporate / government fund money.
And what are you doing?
So I'll
Jake.
zip back out to where he is, however far that is.
Okay, it's 40 feet.
About time to go. I'll
Yeah,
dash.
started.
I'll take the dash action and say, oh, time to go.
Yep.
All right.
What are you doing? As you're coming out, you see. I mean, you know to look, is there fire coming from there?
Yeah.
You see a drone coming into the hallway, and you see another drone behind that. Apparently, starting to make a turn too.
Okay.
And those are the ones that shot at me? Or...
Yeah,
Drones.
and you can tell there's already one about where you are in the middle of the hall at the door level where you're to the place you're at.
Cool. So, knowing that there's drones coming, I flick a button on a device on my belt, and I activate my target scrambler talent.
Okay.
So anytime any drone or mechanical AI-based thing tries to attack me, they do so at disadvantage.
Okay.
It scrambles their targeting systems. And I also cannot be frightened or possessed by, not that I'm going to get possessed by the AI, but...
What makes you assume that?
Yeah, right?
fair enough. I appear as a blur to targeting sensors of AI often found in automatons and constructs. Okay, and I guess you're right. And knowing that they went down the hall to that other room, I'm going to run out into the hallway.
And there's a drone right there.
Cool. I used my ability. I used my action
Okay.
and my movement, and that's sort of it.
Okay. So the drone. Oh, it's a disadvantage. Hold on. Oh, that's a big change. And as it turns, you see, and it fires something that just goes way past you, and hits the wall.
Cool.
Make me a dodge.
Ooh. Just Dex.
Yeah, Dexter.
Natural 20.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, and jump out of the way as this thing.
Okay.
It's a good time to get the nat 20.
Yeah.
Dodge the missile.
And you take 2 points of concussive damage. You're at the back there. what are you guys doing? We're back to you.
Well, I didn't see anyone. Oh, you're
natural
first.
Not necessarily.
Love the blur.
Well,
both natural
we
20s.
all both are. Well, I'm trying to make my way. Still trying to make my way to our friend in black there, so I can punch her.
Okay.